Good morning. It's a really chilly morning at that, and I'm going to be taking you today down to Yasaka Pagoda. This is one of the more scenic places. Tourists love to come to this area to explore. I'm telling you, in the morning, before 8 o'clock is preferable. My lips are frozen. It's even better at sunrise. So maybe there's more people now. I took some background shots to show you what it was like about 30 minutes ago, but it's a really scenic place. Let's check it out. As you can see, there's like no tourists, and that's sometimes cars do come through here, so do be careful. Also try to not speak too loudly, although there's already tour guides doing that, especially when you get closer to Kiyomizudera in this direction. But there's a lot more empty space, and there's a lot more like peacefulness. You can feel Kyoto in the morning. Those yellow nets are for the trash, so the crows don't take them. The garbage truck just rolled by here. Of course, had to wait for that before going. All right, let's get moving. Again, in the morning, watch out for the trucks. I think maybe even in the afternoon. Another thing is in the morning, the signal might be a lot stronger because there are less tourists and people awake or in this area. As you can see, a lot of the shops are closed. They probably open up in about well, I think the Starbucks opens up at 8. I'll show you that, the ancient Kyoto Starbucks in Amachiya. All right, you can already see Yasaka Pagoda over there. They're filling in the vending machines here. All right, this is Ninenzaka to the right. And you can see Yasaka Pagoda. We're gonna go straight. I'll come back to Ninenzaka. Oh, there's already a bunch of tourists there. We'll come back here. It's very scenic. Alberto misses those vending machines. I feel you, Alberto. I feel you, Alberto. My lips are frozen. Look at the sunshine, the warmth. I can feel it. I'm just going to take you down here and go around the corner. A lot of the locals are just tired of tourists. Some people put their tripod here. They just too many people in this area. Too many people in this area, so locals have just be respectful of the people who do live here. As somebody who lives in Japan, I understand. All right, this is where a lot of tourists come and take this shot right here. Memorialized in this, remembered in this, how do I say? Pictured there. There you go. See, a lot of the tourists are lining up to get a photo here, but you don't really have to line, you just walk through here. Now you can kind of understand why, right? All right. Hi, Mom. I live here, not in Kyoto, but I mean, I feel like a tourist. All right, the sun's starting to hit here. Again, the sunrise is at I think it was 7:03 this morning, but you can see you probably want to be where the sun is, or else you're kind of dark and it's bright. The background separates, but you certainly pop when the sun is on you. But you can see up here, a lot of the tourists don't know that. The sun has just cresting over there right now, above the top of the roof. I'm going to take you around the pagoda because I think that people take the picture and go back to Ninenzaka, the steps. I think that this might even be better. Again, you'll see these no photography signs because so many tourists are here. It's just gets tiring, so it's better just to ban it all. And if you ask, sometimes they'll allow you, especially if you're eating there or staying there. But most people aren't. Here comes another vending machine truck. They do this in the morning when it's open to try to get all of them filled for the tourist rush that'll happen in about an hour. There they go. The sun is just over the roof now. Pretty. It's other Japanese, they said mabushi, very shiny with the sun. You can see my long shadow here. We're gonna walk around the pagoda here. Look at that. And this is why I love walking in the morning in Kyoto when there are no tourists around, because you do feel like you have it to yourself. Look, they're all up there taking the picture, and you can get some nice shots just walking around here. Is that a yuzu tree? Wow. It looks like yuzu. Wow. Shimasu. We do need a Kyoto midnight snack. That would be pretty cool. Just a little bit of background. Before I read this history, let me just show you exactly where we are. I like to do these Google Map screenshots. So come in here, you can see Tokyo up there on the east. Tokyo is actually east of Kyoto, more like east northeast, I guess you could say. And from Kyoto Station, which is right there now in this bottom center of your screen, or in the center, it's on the east side, which is Higashiyama. It's a beautiful walking area. This is a place that you can walk up to Kiyomizudera, which is now at the top of the screen. But just strolling around here in the morning, it's one of my favorite things to do in Kyoto before all the tourists come here. And you can feel the old machiya. Here's the Yasaka Pagoda here. And we're there on the corner. See, I timed it pretty good, didn't I? So right there on the corner of the pagoda. Hokanji Temple. There you go. The G at the end represents temple in Japanese here. Very cool. So just quickly, we can take a look at the information here so you have some background on the history. It looks much better in Japanese than it does in English, doesn't it? Also called Reonzan. Hokanji Temple belongs to the Kenninji branch of the Rinzai school of Zen Buddhism. Tradition holds that Shotoku Taishi built the temple after being instructed to do so in a dream of the Bodhisattva Nyoirin, although it ranked as one of the 7 Engi temples at the peak of its influence in ancient times. Today, only the 5-stage Yasaka no To Pagoda and the Taishiro and Yakushiro structures remain, consisting of 5 stages roofed with regular tiles and measuring 6 meters on each side and 46 meters in height. It's pretty tall. The Yasaka no To Pagoda is a structure of absolute Japanese beauty, embodying the Hakuho period architectural style. My mouth is sort of frozen, sorry. During the long history, the pagoda has been destroyed by fire, rebuilt numerous times. The current structure was erected by Ashikaga Yoshinori in the year 1440. Wow. Inside the temple are housed 5 statues called the Gochi Nyoraizo Gotai, representing the Dainichi Shaka Ashuku Hosho and Nida Buddhas under the statue. There's some pretty good information here. I could go on and on. Actually, I couldn't. It was just about to end. Of course, they put a coffee shop here. I wish it was open because it's cold. It's cold. As I said, we're right here on the corner. It's such a pretty spot, wouldn't you say? Look at this. Kind of wide open. And there's like nobody here. Wow. That could be the postcard, right? That could be a postcard right there. Probably around 10 o'clock. There's just not enough foot traffic at the moment to justify being opened, I suppose. It's really cold. It was -2. I mean, it's not like Canada cold or, you know, Maine cold, Vermont cold. It's Japan cold. Usually, like, the temperature in Japan at this time is not as cold as is not below freezing. There was some snow here this morning. Just a little bit was falling. It snowed yesterday when I was in Gifu. When I was riding the Shinkansen to get here in the morning, or last night, yesterday, it was snowing. Going through Gifu to Lake Biwako, it was beautiful and also looked violently cold. It was just wind, snow, cold going through the mountains there. Whew. You can see there's some shops that are starting to open. This one's open. I'm gonna take you this way, actually. It looks pretty with the sun. I'm gonna take you in this direction because down there are some old streets and alleys I think that you're gonna appreciate that don't have tourists even during the daytime. Clem writes in here, I know exactly where you are. I know, right? This is an infamous spot. Oh look, they even got pizza. That can't be real. And colorful croissants. I'm not into that stuff. Looks good though. It's a little bit too early for pizza. I usually don't eat breakfast at all. So, there you go. This is why I'm taking you in this direction. There's some really beautiful, this one's a shrine. Very colorful, right? Very pretty. Looks like they're ready for Easter. And the streets here are very scenic and very quiet at this time. There's another, I think this is a beverage truck. Oh. Holding my breath. Weird. Somebody needs to fix their car. I'm okay. It's kind of, you don't want to breathe that stuff in if you can avoid it, right? Like, this is so tourist here. Diesel exhaust. There you go, Carrie. That's exactly what it was. Look at this. Kobe beef steak on rice. Whenever they write Kobe beef you know it's 100% for you or for tourists, internationals. No Japanese, 100% tourist overpaying for a Wagyu burger. Wagyu is not a great beef for burger. All that fat just melts away. You end up most of the deliciousness ends up melting away. So they typically will use low grade Wagyu beef, the stuff that you can't sell for steaks and stuff. They grind that up. And they're still able to use the name Wagyu. That's a really nice looking cafe inside there. That's, I think, a percentage Arabica. We went to a place in Hakodate, just had like percentage. That was the name of it, like percentage symbol. There's another one, percentage symbol. It's weird. Looks nice though. Very Kyoto. Just this percentage symbol. You can't trademark that, can you? Jeanette, that roasted hoji cha latte sounds really good. That sounds really good. I want that. All right, we're gonna take a look at some of these side streets now. We're getting away from, like, there's just a lot of little magical, they're not particularly, Kyoto, I guess it has a feeling of Kyoto down in this area to me. I like walking around there in the morning, you know, because we have the Pagoda and we have the old streets. I'm gonna not go to that Starbucks past there. I think that there's a lot of tourists there right now. I think it might be a good idea to take you somewhere else. What do they got here? A lot of yakitori. What is that? Wagyu beef, of course. Oh my goodness. So if they put in these high grade stuff, people will pay for it. Kobe beef thigh sushi. I don't. See, right in Wagyu, and you can usually really double the price of a burger. But I would say, guys, nothing beats an American burger, okay? Or an Angus beef burger. You don't want Wagyu beef burger. You add Wagyu, you double or triple the price. That's it. I'm just telling you, somebody who has made many Wagyu episodes at the farm to table stuff. Even the farmers are like, Wagyu beef burger. I don't know. It's the meat that we can't get rid of, so just make it into a burger, which is probably what burger meat is, right? Ooh, that looks nice. I'm saying that because I want to cross the street. So this is Yasaka Dori. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thanks, guys. It's pretty scenic. You can tell when you're walking across the city. That's where we just walk down. That's Kyoto morning. All right, I want to take you down here. I'm walking back to the hotel that I stayed at. It's cold. There's no sun in this area. It's all covered in the buildings. Hey, John, first time catching you live. Really? Well, hey. I usually don't stream until later on in the day after I've woken up here, but morning's good. I had to get up at, I have to be honest, I came to Kyoto just to get a couple of shots, for just a couple. things that would irritate me if I didn't do it. I came here with Leo and Kanai a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. I had to get a time-lapse shot, a couple of time lapses to get to make this episode a little more vibrant. Loved when you were in the early Abroad in Japan video. I did one with Chris. I guess that was a collab in a way. Yeah, when he was talking about his English school days. A friend of mine who was a cameraman for me a couple of times, he had a channel as well on YouTube. That it didn't do too well. I don't know why. But he said, "Hey man, could you help me and Chris out on a video we're doing?" I said, "Sure. Can you film being in sitting there watching TV or something?" I don't remember what I even did. It's just a very small part, but I got to be in a video, so that was cool. It's good. It's good when creators help out creators. I had a couple of scenes where I was doing a vending machine for Christmas presents, and I had Simon and Martina and a couple of other YouTubers help me out, which was nice. So you could count on that back then, but these days it's all big business, right? I think it might even be more beautiful the further away you get. Nice and quiet now. It's really quiet now. Switch hands. Me too. First time live, following you for years. Really? Well, welcome. Welcome everybody to live stream. It's different watching live because I guess because you can feel a little bit more, and I feel a lot more because you're here with me. Or else it'd be pretty boring not to have people watching, right? Look at this. I guess this is a restaurant here. Tempura restaurant. There you go. It's hard because the lighting is not so wonderful, but it's a really pretty building. But walking around Kyoto in the morning, you really feel the city. Because once the tourists come, people talk loudly. I'm not talking loudly, by the way, just the microphone might be amplifying. Let's just say the people walking by can't hear me. All right, I'm gonna go in a couple of side streets that are gonna blow you away. I don't think a lot of people know about them. So we're gonna do that. Oh, this guy. People have no respect for their surroundings. I think that might be true of Kyoto. That's another issue. I mean, you can talk lightly to each other, but like right now I'm going past what could be residential places, so you just be a little bit more respectful. Last time I was here, I had to carry Leo because he was falling asleep at around 6 p.m. So I was carrying him, and we're walking, looking for a restaurant, and we were not too far away from here, actually, close to Gion. And he said, look at that. He said, the white-faced woman. Look, white-faced woman or something. It was kind of embarrassing, and he's pointing at her, right? And then she walks by us, and of course, I don't whip out my camera and stuff when I see Maiko walking, doing their job. And I wanted to, because I wanted to record. That's the first time Leo saw a Maiko. It was, his reaction was really classic. He'd never seen somebody with a painted white face. And then he asked me later, he asked me, he asked me, Like, does she work for the Joker? I go, yeah, she does. She's quite far from Gotham City. Let's be honest. Joker, geisha. I don't know why Batman doesn't put those. They don't put those two together. Just really funny though. Leo is very, because it's just, and from Leo's own experience, and he's 4. I completely, and he lives here, and he is Japanese. I completely understand when you're a tourist and you're walking there and you see, and they're so fast. They are like ninja fast. They walk along the sides in the shadows. Now, the Maiko of Kyoto, the geisha. By the time you see them, they're gone. It's a flash. And then you look behind, you see the flash of their kimono, and it's like a ghost had passed you. They're really, really good at that. And now the only reason you really notice them is because other tourists notice them and they whip out their camera and start taking pictures. And that's where I start to feel uncomfortable when I see that. And I start to check myself if I am taking a picture of the lack of civility in it all. The woman is just going to work. Reminds me of the movie, the Elephant Man. You know, everybody said, look at the freak, and everybody was taking pictures. And well, they didn't have cameras back then. This is the Anthony Hopkins movie, I believe. Great movie. But just everybody wanted to look and stare, and I can understand why it'd be so uncomfortable. It's so pretty just to walk around Kyoto in the morning before all the tourists wake up. But the issues around the tourists, I completely understand. I think with the high school kids, a lot of the tourists that were here when I was in the 1990s and the 2000s, this is where I'm taking you. Down here. Not a lot of people walking down here. International tourists are fascinated, and they should be, because it is curious, but you don't have to whip out your smartphone for everything. Sometimes you gotta enjoy the moment. You don't have to record everything, you know. Let's be honest, you don't really look at your photos when you get back home that much. But if you do go with, you know, a loved one, you talk about it a lot more than you do looking at the photos. All right, this signal might not be so strong, but we're between a lot of buildings now. In hindsight, I wonder if this was a good idea. The signals, it can't be too strong. But if you do get some flashes of where I am, you can listen to the sound of my voice as I carry you through. There you go. The signal should be okay. No cars past this point. This place looks like it's been somewhat renovated. It does feel somewhat residential. So I'm going to take off the mic and just hold it a little bit closer so I don't have to speak so loudly. It's so pretty here and it's so quiet. Right? I'm just walking now down through here. The signal might be going in and out, but you can hear the water underneath. It's so quiet now, I can hear the water flowing underneath. Wow. Can look if you look up. I'm going to pan left and right. Maybe the signal will pick up again. See, to me, that's what Kyoto is, you know? Wow. Looks like, Danny Craig writes in here, it's like a movie set. Yeah. Yeah, right. It feels like that. There are places and times of day where you do get that, right? You feel like you're in a movie set. There's certain times of the day. This is one of them. And again, I think it might be better in the spring and in the fall because there's more daylight hours. The problem with January, well, maybe not. There's less people out because it's probably cold because of the cold. But the problem with January is that the sun rises late. And when it rises late, 7 o'clock, I don't know. People are out and about by 9, let's just say. So the more you are, the earlier you wake up, the better. In the summer, sun is up at 4:30, 4:45. So if you're up by 5 and out, you're going to places that are open 24 hours, like Fushimi Inari with the 10,000 red torii gates. Then you are ahead of everybody else. You've already hit a couple of the attractions, and let's see here. I gotta hold the mic like this. My hand's cold. I can't put it in my pocket now. Dimmy Dim is here. Hey. Thanks for that. Mind your manners. What is this? Let's see this here. When in Kyoto for tourist ship. Shh, be considerate moving through residential areas. This is interesting. No ninja dude. Don't litter. No photos were prohibited. No smoking in public streets. Okay. In English first. Before the Japanese. That's significant. Acts marked as prohibited may violate Japanese law. Depending on the situation, police may intervene. City of Kyoto, Police of Kyoto. So, if you want more information, there are QR codes. Interesting. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna take you now, ladies and gentlemen, to sorry. Oh, it's so cold. I can't feel anything. I'm gonna take you across the Kamo River, and I think that's pretty good day, pretty good tour. Let's see here. Just bear with me. I'm clipping it. That should hold. Let me know if the audio is not so good. Yeah, Yasaka Pagoda is where we were before. Let's see. I can show you some. This is me at Kiyomizudera. Just being a tourist. It's Kiyomizudera before. Here's me and a 7-Eleven. Here's a 7-Eleven I saw, which is kind of cool. Doors closing. That's all. What else do I have for you? This was kind of neat. Early morning. You just see stuff walking around. You'll turn to the left and turn to the right, and you go, "Wow, that's really pretty." And this is this month's postcard. So if you join the Patreon postcard club, I will send this to you, a snowed-in vending machine. It's pretty cool. Look at the light of it. Very cool. Very cool. I want to call Kevin Riley, but the problem is that every time I call, he's working. He does this thing called Osaka Day Trips, where he gives tours of Osaka to people and the area, even Kyoto too, for money. Of course, it's a job. He's really good at it, so it's worth it to take it. But he's always on a tour, so that's why we don't live stream or we don't catch up that much, because he's like, all right, I finish at like 7 p.m. Like, I'm like with my family. I'm not gonna be able. 7 p.m. Everyone's asleep. I feel like I'm like 85, right? Kevin is great. He's awesome. All right, here's the Kamo River. Great place if you've got running shoes. A lot of people, 2 hours ago when I was walking past here, a lot of people walking. A lot of people running. Kyoto Marathon's coming up too. Just gonna put the camera down to be respectful. There are tourists who speak Chinese right now, but 90% of them are from either Hong Kong or Taiwan or Singapore. That's right, Singapore, Chinese is the language of Singapore, as well as English. And Singlish, which is, I guess it could be considered a language. I'm not sure what the name of the bridge is here, to be honest with you. But the Kamo River wraps around, I think that next bridge there is Gion. Yeah, and Pontocho, which is that scenic alley. But this is on the other side of this is where Leo and I saw his, saw the Maiko going by at 5. You start to see them at dusk. Singlish sounds really, really pretty, doesn't it? Singing English. I really love Singapore, especially the people there. Every time I've been there, I've had an amazing time, so. There you go. Just kind of some short postcards soak in the moment for a few seconds. I think it takes a few seconds to soak it in, doesn't it? The river's a little bit higher in the rainy season, but it's never really too. It might be dammed up river or something, but in the rainy season it'll get a little bit higher. But I don't see it too high. There are times in typhoons where the water will come over. But it's never, I haven't seen it too high, especially in the winter time. The snows are frozen. When it starts to thaw out in the spring, you'll see it more. This is a shot of the ground. Street's nice. Hello? Oh, we're already here. Okay. This is Kiyamachi-dori. And this is where we saw the Maiko walking down here last time. They're walking all over the place. There's a lot of entertainment going on in this area. We stayed at the Mimaru Hotel, which is really great. Actually, for a few nights, 2 nights, 3 days, and we met in the hotel several viewers of Only in Japan, which is awesome. You have these really scenic canals. It's much better with the cherry blossoms, of course. Of course it is. It's so much better with the cherry blossoms. Mimaru Hotel is it's made for families. It's really cool. It's more of an apartment style hotel with a sofa. You get a sofa and a TV and kind of a kitchenette, a little bit bigger refrigerator. There's plates and it feels comfortable. So you could get takeaway and have dinner there. If the kids sleep early and you're late, the parents can still watch TV and hang out. They had bunk beds for Leo. That's the greatest thing in the world. Leo, you watch his face. He goes, ah! And he gets to climb the ladder to go to his bed. He really loved that. He really loved that. So I was happy to include Mimaru in this edited video that's coming up. Okay, looking back, I wonder what this street looked like 200 years ago, right? During the Edo period. No cars, no electrical wires, no tall buildings, all wood and dirt. Maybe cobblestone. I don't know what was underneath here. Really would have been totally different. Of course, 200 years ago. That's not that long ago when you think about it. It's a few generations. Maybe 5 generations. I'm trying to check my words here. But considering I'm 50 something, that's a quarter of my life. So 3 of me, 4 of me. That's 200 years ago. That's scary. Think about it. Oh, weird. I know. I remember meeting a woman who was 107. Just thinking about what was it like when you were born? You didn't have electricity, running water, and they didn't in Japan at that time. No foreign tourists. Everything's on the side here. That's about all I wanted to show you. For me, Kyoto in the morning, it really is something special. I think if you do wake up early, forget the hotel breakfast. Save some money. You can just go get like a cinnamon roll or something and a coffee. I don't know. Breakfast kind of overrated. Save it for lunch. But get out there and explore. Get some onigiri at the convenience store and start walking around. Kyoto's a beautiful place to walk around. No Starbucks 200 years ago, although it might look like it at Ninenzaka. But I really think Kyoto is an early morning place and an evening place. And in the afternoon, siesta or something, right? Get as much sights seen from 5 a.m. in the summer to like 5 to 10 for 5 hours. Take a break in the hot sun. And when it gets to 4 p.m., get out there and take a look at some more stuff. That might be the way to go. I don't know. But leave me your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you want in the live stream, this is a great time to say where you're watching from if you don't know what to say. It's always nice just to say something in the live chat because you have that opportunity because we are all together right now. And I will see you in another live stream real soon. I'll walk for another 60 seconds in this direction so you can soak up a little bit more of Kyoto as I go back to the hotel to warm up and pack up because I'm gonna get back to Tokyo early and start editing because there's a lot of stuff I got to do. I want to get back. Wow, Chicago's in the house. The Netherlands, California. Nice to see everybody from everywhere. Norway, awesome. Malaysia, KL, Oregon, Germany, Northern Ireland. Look at that. Look at that. Virginia. We're all together watching. Scotland, France. Look at this. We're all together from, there must be at least half of the world's countries represented. Watching. This is so cool. Boy, Miami's really warm. Miami. I'm jealous. This is where I wanted to show you. I showed this to you earlier. It's just kind of a cool picture, especially if you like convenience stores. It's 7-Eleven in an old Japanese temple. It's kind of cool. The dynamic of it, the new and the old. Kyoto really does blend well, doesn't it? All right, guys, take care. Stay warm. Or if you're in Miami, stay cool. Or San Diego. Stay cool. I'll see you in another episode real soon. Maybe a little bit later on today as I take you around Kyoto. But I'm headed back in a couple of hours. I'm not sure if I'll live stream from here. I got a couple other trips taking you outside of Tokyo in February. And I'm hoping in 2026 that a lot more tourists find places other than the tourist beat and explore more of Japan's countryside. I'm looking forward to showing you that on this channel live when we can walk around and talk about it together. If you are running the Tokyo Marathon, I would love to hear from you. We have a Discord server. Do I have it here? Discord server here. There it is. And I have a Tokyo Marathon 2026 tab where I'm going to be updating it and letting you know where I'm going to be. So if you are in town for that, you'll see me going by. And if you are coming into Tokyo for that, maybe you can meet up, talk about it. I'm doing a couple of presentations for Pocari Sweat. And it'd be great to catch up with you. And I'll have some Pocari Sweat for you. I got a bunch of bottles. So you can join our Discord server and talk about that, and direct message me on Instagram or something again. We're like a month away from the Tokyo Marathon. Love to catch up with you and hear your story as well. Maybe even include it in the episode. But my 10K is later this afternoon, maybe around 4 p.m. Let's just say. I'll go out and get the 10K done. It'll be slow today. I'm still somewhat recovering from an injury, but the thing is with the injury, you don't want, the worst thing you could do is to come back too quickly and get re-injured, and then you don't get any time. So I'd rather be a little bit unprepared for the marathon than injured for the marathon, right? You gotta think smart. All right, take care, guys. It's so cold.